Hello, welcome. I'm Yvette,
And I'm Jennifer Schelter.
and we are continuing the conversation on your dreams and ways to realize them.
So last week we started off by talking about being honest about those things that hold us back, our fears, or as I was calling them, gremlins.
Yeah, and Jody, thank you so much for prompting us to take a look at our basements.
Thank you, Jody.
I actually followed through, and I really appreciated the comment that you made about your mind first going, I really don't want to do this. No, I'm just not in the mood for this. Now's not the time. And how you didn't listen to that. You actually still went ahead and went through that clutter. Well, I followed suit. I also was not having it. My mind, there's too many other things to do, and I don't listen. And this is something that I think is so powerful because we identify ourselves with our thoughts. So if your thought is saying, I really don't want to do this, we identify that as the truth. When the truth is, I went ahead, I did not listen, and it was very powerful.
So what happened?
Well, this is what happened.
Ooh.
Now, I don't know if you guys can see. Here, Jennifer, point to the little tap shoes.
Oh, there's your tappity tap.
Tappity tap,
Tappity
tap,
tap.
tap.
Tappity tap, 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 tap.
So, let me tell you, and these
beautiful.
are my tap shoes that I have yet to let go of, okay? When I was 16 years old, and so I've gotten rid of them. I gave them to the thrift store today. And before I did, though, I put them on. And my first thought was, oh, that was a time when I was happy.
Yeah.
That was a time when I loved to move. I wasn't very good, but I felt beautiful. I think the tap shoes represented a time when I felt beautiful. And I think that's why I didn't want to let them go.
Of course. I didn't know you were a tap dancer.
I wasn't a very good tap dancer, but I loved the sound. It was like tappity tap, tap, tap. I did a really good shuffle off to Buffalo, and that was about it. But I put them on. So I put them on before giving them away. I figured, they're not going to fit. The mind goes, there's no way you've been practicing yoga. Your feet are supposed to grow. So they fit perfectly.
It's like, shoot.
Oh, darn it. So now I got to go tap again.
Now I got to go tap.
No, I'm never going to let go of them. But actually, I went in front of the mirror and I watched myself. I could still do the shuffle off the Buffalo, And then I realized that's it. I mean, am I going to shuffle to Buffalo in the future? Is that who I am today? No, it's not who I am today. So I was very happy to put them in a box, and I actually put them in this box, which is my anatomy and physiology exam box, which is empty. And I looked at those cards also. I looked at those little cards of all the studying that I did, and my mind did not want to let go of those either.
Why?
Because I was very proud of the work that I did when I was studying to be a nurse. Yeah, I was very proud of that time.
These are things that I've known you now for 10 years, but I had no idea that you were a tap dancer, that you felt beautiful at that time, and you were studying to be a nurse. This is amazing.
There's a lot
I didn't know
happens.
that about you. And also I see in your eyes that you got emotional when you said that you felt beautiful back then. What was that emotion that came into your eyes?
It's true. I was very tall, growing up, and I felt kind of awkward, and I think dancing and putting on tap shoes touched upon an inner beauty that just really wanted to be seen.
I understand that, definitely.
So I threw away the cards because I realized if I ever need information about anatomy or physiology, I can just go to the internet. Aside from the fact that I can't read my handwriting anyway.
Revelation! I can go to the internet! Oh, I was born in the 60s.
So my cards are empty. I got rid of books. Jody, did you get rid of books? I got rid of books. I've got an empty bookshelf right now. So this all happened within the last 48 hours.
Brilliant.
And so I thank you, Jody, because right now, I'm in a place
Seriously.
of, I don't know. How about you, Jennifer? Tell me about your experience when we were last talking. We were talking about you painting your gremlin. So
what happened was, so the first gremlin ever in my life was the um, feeling of getting my picture taken. And I remember being, I don't know, 6, maybe 7, and being sitting on a park bench with my siblings, my brother and my sister. And it was like a November afternoon, and my mom was doing the can behind. She's like, "Smile, smile, everybody, smile!" And I just remember thinking, I am so freezing. I can't stand this. And I just remember being like, "Eh." And my mother was encouraging us to smile. And I said to myself at that moment, "Oh, I get it. Life is about looking good. It's not about what's happening inside. It's about looking good. And it's about a Christmas card is more important than how I feel right now." So the first gremlin I identified was that kid.
oh, she's
And I have
so
a little
sweet.
picture. That's
How
that's when I
sweet.
said to myself, just smile, just smile, just smile. And that gremlin of just smile, that inauthenticity, and it brings a lot of anger with it. So with that being said, following along that gremlin was your typical Hollywood gremlin, which is, um, I'll get you, my pretty.
And your little dog too.
And so I painted this fabulous Margaret Hamilton, who played the character of Wicked Witch of the West. Magnificent stage actress.
Terrifying.
And she was originally a school teacher. But I painted her because I just think she's brilliant.
She's fabulous.
And she's part of the repertoire of my gremlins. More to come.
But I mean, you can say she's fabulous, but let's show that again.
Yeah.
I mean, the reality is, why is she a gremlin to you, and why was she, in what way?
Well, I think that the experience of being snuffed out, that somebody is going to, this witch is going to say, "You are too big for your britches. I'm going to get you." So there's like this sense of a lurking shadow, the lurking darkness.
That is not going to
that
let you...
is never going to let you experience getting to your Oz. That Oz is not going to happen.
How old were you?
God, I don't know the answer to that.
Doesn't really matter.
It's wonderful to have painted her, because when I was painting Margaret Hamilton as the witch,
Fabulous.
My heart was beating, and I was like, "I'll get you." I felt like she was
lurking,
and I think it's great to face those, face your fear in essence, because usually it's what I learned from this was that it's the scared child underneath it all. So,
wow.
Mm-hmm.
So is that gremlin still lurking around, or painting that gremlin, what did that do for you? For now, when we speak about approaching everything from a space of right now in this moment, is that gremlin still valid for you?
It's absolutely still present, but the truth is that I can have more fun with it, and I'm more playful with it, rather than, like you were saying, my mind before was just clenching with fear. Now it's like, let's dabble. Let's have a little more fun.
And so drawing the gremlin
drawing
sort of
or
brings
painting,
it out.
I think drawing or painting, or even picking up a photograph and doing research on. Also, I researched Margaret Hamilton and found out that she's a real human being.
Yeah, and she was like apparently this very sweet school teacher too.
She's a very wonderful woman. So I think it's great to get behind the scenes of a fear in many ways.
Wow.
So,
Jody, thank you so much for bringing out the gremlins in all of us.
And also, I want to say that Carol Jean had responded that she is going to show and post her gremlin, that she, in fact, did paint a painting of it too. So I'm really excited to see that, Carol Jean.
And we were talking about the benefits of clearing out the basement. For me, there's a sense of, like, even you drawing that, once you bring these things out and you come into conversation with a past experience or a feeling like mine about beauty, it sort of doesn't hold as much power anymore.
Yes.
The voice is not doesn't have to constrict us anymore.
I was thinking about Stefan, and you're interested in starting your business and being an entrepreneur, and I was thinking that these first steps for you are really crucial, that you remember that these fears are going to pop up and they're going to pop up and they're going to pop up, and maybe it would be fun to find out what they're about, because being an entrepreneur takes the most amount of courage and the most amount of
risk
and heart, that you're going to face every single fear, and it's ultimately just such an amazing process. So I would just say the first step would be to say it's totally normal, and you're betting on yourself, which is an amazing meditation in itself.
Well, that's coming from an authentic place. I mean, this whole conversation is about, let's talk about your dreams, and here you are, Stefan. You know, you knew what your dream was for a long time, and you set your mind and your heart onto that path, and now you're realizing it, and that can be an absolutely terrifying thing, to start to see things happening. We're always in a place of I don't know, and you know, with me, even with my empty shelves, I got rid of all these books. I'm in a space of I don't know. And
that's actually the perfect place for the conversation, because I know, Stefan, you were interested in meditation. A great place, and I think a great place to end this video would be just to, myself and Yvette, I know we were talking about this, just being in a place of emptiness, not knowing, and allowing that to trust that sense of the unknown.
And in future videos, we will be exploring different ways of meditating. You know, there's not just that, you know, image of this seated meditative yogi. There are many different ways to approach that sense of feeling at home in a space of I don't know, in a space of emptiness.
The perfect place to end. Thank you for saying that, and thank you for everyone that's left a comment.
Yes, Guy Algary also for commenting. There have been several people
Mary,
that have been Mary. We really welcome. We read every word, and what we're so excited about this project is that we can't do this without you. And so we really welcome your feedback.
And next video, we're going to look at a little bit more gremlins. I hope that we'll be able to uncover more about fear and facing fear, and continuing to take steps forward towards our own dreams. We're in this together.
Have a great one.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.